Talking about events in the news, especially as regards to politics. Yesterday, we saw a video of an event that was held in Lagos, where the president and governors and key leaders of industry were gathered. And we saw that the Lagos State governor was visibly absent. As a matter of fact, his seat was clearly marked governor. It was empty. The deputy governor of Lagos State was sitting at the back, was sitting behind that seat. And interestingly, when the president was speaking, he was addressing the governors and saying that, there's this new Lagos-Calabar coastal route that is being built. So the president was more of warning the governors not to be giving out permits for lands along that route without working with the Surveyor General of the Federation and with the Ministry of Works. So at that point, the president now mentioned that the deputy governor is present, So, as at the time the president said that, the camera pans to where the deputy governor was sitting and panned to the seats, the empty seats that was clearly marked governor. So, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was clearly absent from that event, and the president and other key dignitaries were there. This further buttressed, what we have been saying, what I have been saying. Like when the president snubbed the governor during another event earlier, days before, I argued that snub was quite significant because the president was shaking hands with other governors. But when it got to the turn of Governor Sanwo-Olu, the president skipped him. And there were other governors sitting after Sanwo-Olu. So, and the thing is, the line was governors. I think even behind were other governors, And it was obvious that the president skipped him. Then there are other reports that the governor was not, that the initial plan was for the governor not to be invited, for the governor not to be there, but that it took pressure from people close to the presidency also to ensure that the governor was present, and the governor was sitting in the middle of other governors. And so it was clearly obvious that the governor was snubbed. And some people argue that there was nothing to it, but we could see that there's more to it with the absence of the governor at another key event that was held in Lagos. So Lagos politics is shaping out, and we can see that, the governor is being sidelined. Governor Sanwo-Olu is being sidelined, and the Governor Sanwo-Olu's term will end in 2027, So between now, we are in 2025. Between now and 2027 is still quite some time. So one wonders, if the governor is being snubbed now, what are we going to make of that? Can he be snubbed for 2 years, or will something happen now that the president is addressing the deputy governor? Will events play out that will make it possible for the deputy governor to become governor? Well, there's room for speculation about that. But definitely things are happening in Lagos, and I think the forthcoming months are going to be interesting to see how that develops in Lagos. So another key event that happened today is in Akwa Ibom State. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umo Eno, he has been telegraphing this move to defect from PDP to APC. He has been telegraphing, he has been doing all the body language and everything to show that he wants to defect. But today he officially defected. He said he submitted his resignation letter to the PDP, and now he has moved progressively to APC. This one will make it the second governor from the south who have defected from an opposition party to the ruling APC. When the governor of Delta State defected, Sheriff, some in PDP said that, those who want to defect, you defect. That now we know those who are really in PDP. That Peter Obi won many votes, even without Labour Party having a governor, a sitting governor, and so PDP can still win even without sitting governors. I beg to differ with that argument. Yes, Peter Obi won a lot of votes, and all that, but we all know how the 2023 election played out. A lot of things happened in 2023, and in my own opinion, we really don't know what really happened in that election. So, but if we go back to 2015, when an opposition party defeated the ruling party and defeated the incumbent president, if you go back to that, you see that what's happening now is just quite different from 2013, 2014, prior to that 2015 election. That's 2013, 2014, 2015, the opposition was quite strong. Opposition was quite strong. The opposition parties had governors. The governors of the ruling PDP at that time, some formed the new PDP. They were still in PDP, but they were supporting the opposition APC. So it took a lot of that coalition of different groups, to come together to form the APC and to fight the ruling party and for the APC to defeat the incumbent president. It took a lot. So now, what we are seeing now is instead of the ruling party to be losing governors, we are seeing opposition parties losing governors, which is quite significant because the areas where the governors are defecting, they are opposition strongholds. Delta State is a PDP stronghold. Akwa Ibom State, PDP stronghold. So if governors from opposition strongholds are defecting to the ruling APC, that is quite significant. It shows that the opposition is weakened. And we haven't, in the past few days, I haven't heard much about this coalition talk. There was time this talk was strong and all that. But for some days now, I haven't heard much about the coalition. And we know that coalition is going to have a problem because we have a number of individuals who are interested in becoming president. We have Atiku Abubakar, who wants to be president. We have Peter Obi, who wants to be president, and I'm sure there are other people too who wants to be president in different opposition parties. So, how will this, different individuals, high-ranking individuals who want to be president, how can they come together to form a coalition that will succeed? How will they be able to do that? We haven't known that yet. That is still yet to be seen. How will they come together to form a united opposition? And it's important for the ruling party, for the opposition to stand a chance. The ruling parties have to come together so as to form a force, to increase the pressure, domestic pressure, and also then to now appeal to international bodies, foreign governments and all that, to put pressure on the government to ensure that the electoral body, INEC, conducts a free and fair election. So, a lot of things are going on, and 2027 is the key thing that is going on now. You see governors were in Lagos yesterday, APC governors, today they are in Akwa Ibom State, So one wonders how much time they have for the governance, they've been elected to do. I will see how events shape up in the following months and weeks to come.